So we are starting lesson 1.4. Does everybody have their notes out? This is lesson 1.4. 1.4 is all about what? What is 1.4 about? You didn't get one? Here you go. Who did? What is lesson 1.4 all about? Angle measures. How'd you know that? It's up at the top of the page, but it's somewhere else. Learning target. We're figuring out how to measure and classify angles. So the first thing we need to talk about is what is an angle. An angle is made of a ray Now remember, a ray is a part of a line. So we talked about this at the first week of school when we were filling out that graphic organizer. A ray has an end, and then the other end is an arrow. So it has one end point, and then the other end extends indefinitely in all directions. Rays are named by stating the end point, first. Okay, so we have this ray right here. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the end point, and then it extends, and you see an arrow right here. Do you remember the shortcut or the symbol for a ray? What's it look like? A line with one arrow. So you can't really tell, but this is supposed to have an arrow at the end. So you can name this. You can name this MP or ray MO. The big thing is you have to start at the end point. So no matter which way you name it, you always start with M, or the end point. Okay, that's a ray. Now, the next fill in the blank is an angle. An angle is formed by two rays. The rays are the sides of the angle. So right here, you have two rays that make an angle. This thing right here, their common end point, is called the vertex. It's where they both meet. So it's a common end point called the vertex. The sides of this angle are your rays. So how many sides do we have? How many sides? Two. So how do we name these rays? Well, remember, you have to start at the vertex. So one ray is XY, and the other ray is X what? XZ. These are both of the sides of the angle. Alright, now let's learn how to name angles. When you name angles, you use three letters. The vertex must be in the middle. So whatever your vertex is has to be in the middle. Yes? Sides. Alright, so here's this angle. We need to learn how to name it. So, remember the day we did the graphic organizer, we named it starting over here on this side. So you can use three letters to name an angle. That's the most common way. But you start at the side so the vertex is in the middle. So one way to name this is YXZ. So we have angle YXZ. YXZ. Or you can start from this side. So it would be Z what? ZXY. Is the vertex in the middle both of those times? Okay. Now, we also named it by a number. What number? Y. Because that's what it says, right? Angle 3. Or, if it's an angle by itself, you can name it using the vertex. So you could also call this angle X. Here's an example of when you cannot use the vertex. This is an example when you can't name it like this. You can't use the vertex. You have two angles, and it has a vertex X. Both of them have a vertex X. Cardell, stop, please. If you say, well, this is angle X, I don't know which one you're talking about. It could be this one, or it could be this one. So this is a case in which if these were labeled, you would have to use the actual YXZ or ZXY, and you can't use just the vertex, because if you use just angle X, I don't know which one you're talking about. Okay, I know this is kind of boring. Let's get the routine stuff out of the way. An angle, in this angle, it's on a plane, and it divides the plane into 3 different sections. The first section is the angle itself. What points are on this angle? Q, what? M and N. Those are on the angle. They're not outside, they're not inside, they are directly on top of the angle. The next part is that points S and R lie in the interior of the angle. Interior. What does interior remind us of? Inside. So you can see points S and R lie inside of the angle. What's the opposite of interior?
Exterior.
Exterior. So the ones that aren't inside are outside. Siri said, oh, it went away. She said something about exterior and interior. Okay, to the back. Okay, so this is where you have to be very careful when naming your angles, because look how many there are. So we're going to practice for a little bit naming our angles. So I want to do the first 4 with you, and then you'll practice on your own. Name the vertex of angle 4. So put your pen or pencil on angle 4. What's the vertex? U. Good. Okay, so vertex 4 is U. Name the sides of angle 3. Well, where is angle 3? Here's angle 3. You have to name the sides. So if this part right here is angle 3, it's made up of 2 sides. We always have to start at the vertex, which is X. So one side is XW. Don't forget your shortcut. XW. What's the other side? X what? U. You have XW and XU. Okay, next, we have angle 2. Circle angle 2. I want you to name that in a different way. You can't use 2, and you can't use just the vertex. Can't use 2, and you can't use the vertex. Anybody have a clue? Yeah. U, Y, X. You have to go to the middle. U to Y to X. In this case, here was 2. So we had to start on the outside. U, Y, X. What's another way I could name this, Logan? Besides U, Y, X, I could also go... Very nice. Yep. Good job, Logan. Alright, here. We have angle U, X, Y. So that's this angle right here. U, X, Y. What's another way I can name this angle? Angle 1. Because the middle is at 1. Okay, what's going to happen next? I want you to do these 3 different little sections right here. 1, 2, 3. I want you to do those 3 sections and look at this picture when you're doing it. Can I touch freshman? Just do. Touch freshman. Not really. It's you. Oh, that was me. Hey, at least he has the same name as JoJo Ford, though. Wait a minute. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. Okay, so angle 3 is right here. So that's the middle. So its vertex is C. So you have to start from one of the sides. So you could be D, C, G, or G, C, D. So the vertex of that is just C though. How are we doing?
Pretty good.
Careful with that one. Careful. Yes, but I know why you did it. Do you have the second page of this? To the second page. Be very careful on that one. I know why you put it, but be careful. Look at it again. Are you using the shortcut? Just do the vertex. So at angle 3, which is right here, what's the vertex? Here, look in here. Here's angle 8. Look at the middle. What letter is at the middle? Here you go. What does it mean by in sides? Come on, right here what we did? In the sides of angle 3. Well, this is angle 3. And the sides are XW and XU. Those are the sides of the angle. So name the sides of DGF. D to G to F. So if this is G's the middle, what are the two sides? Yeah, but you gotta tell me the raised. G to F and G to D. This should just be one letter right here. Alright, what I want you to do is I want you to turn and talk to a neighbor or two partners if there's a group of 3. Turn and talk to someone about the answers you got. Go! Savannah, you talking to somebody? Y'all working at the 3 right here? Y'all talking to Will? Special, okay? All right, so in your groups, Devin's group, whoever you were talking to, Devin, what did y'all say the answer to number 1 was? C. Now explain to me why y'all picked C.
Well, it's C because it was angle 3.
Uh-huh.
And on angle 3, the vertex of that angle is C.
Very good. Now, what did you put for 2? Devin's group?
G.
G. How many of you wanted to put J? Hey, I saw some of you. I saw some of you when I was walking around. How many of you wanted to put J? I did. I did, because look, isn't this angle 8 right here? What's the first letter you see? J. But J's not in the middle, is it? Right, JJ? You in the middle, JJ? No. But who's in the middle? G. So that's the vertex for gators, right? Okay. So 2 was G. Let's see. Who else was a group? Don't all speak up at once. Y'all are a group? Okay, Parker, what'd y'all put for number 1? You didn't put anything? JoJo, help out your partner. I mean, JJ. Help out your partner. What'd you put? GF and? Uh-oh, what happened? Somebody help him. What, Grant? GD. Now, did any of you find a shortcut for doing this? There's a shortcut. Isn't the vertex always in the middle when you're naming angles? Right here? G? Isn't that the vertex? Okay, well, if I have to name the sides, and this is the vertex, I'm going to start with G both times, right? And then if this is one point, it's just going to go here, and G's the other way. You see it? Asia, you see it? Yeah. Okay, so help me do 2 without even looking at the picture. Don't look. Asia, what's the vertex?
G, J.
Just the vertex was G. Was G. London, I know you're dying to say it. Tell me a side. Tell me a side.
J.
No. All right, go ahead, Devin.
GJ.
GJ and Grant. Tell me another one.
HG.
Not HG. GH. Guys, what is in the middle?
Oh.
G. Why? Why does G go in the middle? Say louder, Jacob. Vertex. G always, the vertex always starts. So GG, and then who else? H. And the other side is? J or JJ for Jacoby Jones. Right? Aren't you glad I started that nickname? Did people make fun of you for that, Jacoby? I'm sorry if they did. That was totally my fault. Okay. All right. Third group, Presley. Presley, tell me number 1 what your group put. Okay, Cardell, what'd y'all get? For number 1 right here. Write another name for angle. Not angle 2, but angle what? 1. Here, let's look. Are y'all looking? Well, here, I'm going to tell you. Look. Are y'all looking? If you can't see it up here, what do you have on your table? Okay, so look, follow me. B to C to A. What's in between B to C to A? That's angle 1. Okay? All right, now let's look at angle 9. Here's angle 9. I can't use angle 9, right? So I have to use another way. Brayden, what'd you put?
HGF.
HGF, very good. Angle HGF. Could he put angle FGH? What, Grant? You have to put the vertex in the middle. So the other 2 don't matter as long as the vertex is there, okay? All right, Courtney, last one. E to D to G. What could you name it? Very good, yeah. All right, now for the fun stuff. Are y'all ready? Okay, so angles are measured in what? What do we use to measure angles? Do I use feet to measure angles? No, I heard it. What'd y'all say? Degrees. Degrees. What is this thingy called? A protractor. Do you ever wonder how they come up with these names? Like, was he on a tractor and he was a pro at, like, making turns? Like, I don't know. Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to learn how to use a protractor. Now, before we get started, you should know this. You should know this. A right angle is how many degrees? 90. Acute angle? Less than 90, right? And obtuse is greater than 90, but less than 180. Okay? Now remember, acute is a little acute angle. Okay? So here is how you use a protractor. Stay with me. the very first thing I would do if I were you, I would go ahead and put my protractor along this line and extend the line a little bit. I just extended it a little bit. Now, here, I'm on this side. Oh, as long as you can read the numbers. All right, here's how it works. You see this hole in the bottom? What do you think that's for? To put, what's at the middle? Vertex. That's at the vertex. You see this black line on yours? That needs to line up with this bottom ray. The black line right here on your protractor needs to line up with the bottom ray. Y'all follow me? Okay, now before we even look at how many degrees this is, what kind of angle is this? It's acute. So look, this is where third period got the most confused. There's two sets of numbers. There's 70 and 110. This is acute. Can it be 110? No, because that's greater than 90. So if your angle opens from this side, you have to read the bottom. So how many degrees is this angle? 70, and it was acute. Now, let's do this one. I would extend the line if I were you. It just makes life easier. Okay, again, vertex in the middle, line it up. What do you think? Yeah? Now, how do I know if I'm reading the bottom or the top numbers? What kind of angle is this? Obtuse. The top number says 60. Could this be 60 degrees? No. You just got to use common sense, okay? So, it's approximately 120 degrees, and it is obtuse. All right, we're going to practice a little bit more. How did we get through that so quick? It took a lot longer last period. Okay, so let's do this bottom piece. Now, what I would do if I were you, I would go ahead and extend every line. Me too. Extend every line. Does anybody know what this box means down here? 90 degrees. So this this angle right here, B to F to C, is 90 degrees. It is a right triangle. Are any of these four questions looking for angle BFC? What number, Jacoby? Number 3. What is the angle measure of BFC? Well, there's a square, so it's 90 degrees, which also means it's a right triangle. Okay, now we need to find CFD. So where's CFD? Isn't that this right here? C to F to D? Okay, I like to turn my paper. Here we go. Turn it like this. So at least one of these is flat. So put your middle of the protractor on the vertex. And then this line is straight with the protractor. Approximately how many degrees? 42-ish. Do you see it? You see it right here? You're following this line. So C to F to D, put your protractor on the bottom, and then you're measuring this one. What do you think approximately that angle measure is? 2-ish. Now, if you put 43 and I say the answer is 42, I'm not going to count you wrong. I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway, okay? Yes?
On the very top, you kind of off the middle like dashes, and I counted it, and it's 10 in between, so 50 up to the end of this. Whatever it is, like,
That's extra.
Yeah.
Okay? You could, Devin. But it's approximately 42 degrees. Is that right, obtuse, or acute?
Acute.
A cute little angle. Okay, why don't you try AFD? Well, what measure is AFD? I like to draw a line from here all the way around. That's the one I want to measure. So I'm actually going to turn my paper. One what? Right on 150? Or a little above? What do you think? 151, 152? Are y'all following me? Do y'all see how I'm getting these? Presley, what do you think I should write?
Maybe
154-ish, somewhere in between 152 and 154. What kind of angle? Okay, AFB. A to F to B. Oh, that's a little bitty thing. Right here. This right here. AFB. You can't, can you? If you extended it with your finger, what do you think it would approximately be? 20 what? 22? Maybe even all the way to 25, right? Okay, so I would put approximately 25. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, do you get, there's a box up here for Christy Wagner. Do you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's at the attendance window if you want to send somebody out, or I can send somebody to you a period with it.
I'll go and get it on my way out to practice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now that you have a protractor, I'm not letting you take it home. And your homework has 4 questions on measuring protractors. So I'm going to give you your homework, and I want you to do that part first. Guys, you really have enough time to finish all of this in class. Okay, I'm not going to tell you because it sounds like a lot, but some of the questions are, what is the vertex? You know what I mean? 14. No. I want you to do your homework. Okay, so on this homework, I want you to do 1 through 14. But I want you to do 11 through 14 first. Okay, those are the ones where you have to use the protractor. So do 11 through 14 first, and then finish 1 through 11. Okay, so right here. Put this on the vertex. See, I want you to put it on the vertex. And then this straight line, you see how there's 2 black straight lines? Those need to be straight. Now, from here, this is 0. And it goes all the way around to 70. So how many degrees is this angle? Hold on 1 second, Jacoby.